What other opportunities or paths have come into your life because of this change?
I think that it's not so much an opportunity. I wouldn't call it an opportunity, but I think just the way of how I approach things,
Okay. Yeah.
because I can no longer show up and do. I'm going to change that language because at this exact moment in time, I don't know if it's going to be forever. I hope it's not
Right.
forever, but
Yes.
at this exact moment in time, I can't do the big things I used to do. I can't
Mhm.
get out and go to events or even go to busy places and meet lots of friends and everything. So I think one thing it's really done is helped me appreciate um, the tiny joys. You
Yes.
know, I I remember I was sat in bed one morning at 10 o'clock on a Monday morning, a cup of coffee, and obviously I'm there because I can't go to work. But
Mhm.
the sun's shining and I can hear all the birds outside, and I was just sat there going, "But if I was at work, I wouldn't have this moment."
Yes.
And so I think it's those little moments, the tiny
Mhm.
joys of and the appreciation that it's really opened up those moments because seeking those bigger opportunities isn't an option at the moment.
Right.
So
Yeah.
being able to I where I used to live, I was really lucky. I had a shop and a coffee shop like almost straight across from my flat.
Nice. Yeah.
And it was going in there and having conversations on days where I might not be seeing my friends that week.
Mm.
Um, and just starting to see everything a little bit differently.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and that's so important that you can recognize that, those little moments, that's what you have to take now, like you said, the birds singing while you're having your coffee, just a nice day. You can't do all the little things that you used to do before. That would be so hard. That would be such a challenge and a change. And, I give you a lot of credit and feel for you on that. And as you said, it's always changing and growing. It's something that you're going to have to work through probably for a long time, if not forever, unfortunately. But, you are finding what's helping you, and being able to recognize those little moments is so important. It made me think of, I just mentioned I'd resigned from my position recently. And the day after that, I got out and took a 4-mile walk, and it was a nice nature scene, and the deer were, like, stopping and staring at me, and, like little chipmunks, and the sun, and it's just those little moments. I had a moment like that where I'm like, "Oh, I can breathe. This is awesome. Just enjoy the little things, go day by day." Like, you find freedom in that, so that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's finding that those moments of freedom and independence. And I know
Mhm.
that as much as it's difficult for me to ask for help, I
Mhm.
also know that, I look, I have amazing people around me. I have amazing support from friends. They got me through off 2 house moves, um, since all of this has happened. So, but it's those moments where they want to be so supportive. It's like, "Oh,
Mhm.
well, I can do this for you and I can do that for you." And it's like, "No, I still need to have my moments of freedom and independence."
Yeah.
The difficult those moments might be for me,
Yeah.
however hard it might be, there have been moments I've literally crawled up the stairs because I've not had the energy to get upstairs. At the same time, I was adamant, I was going to go and do my washing, or I was going to do whatever the thing was because
Mhm.
that was the only bit of normality. That was my little bit of independence in
Yeah.
the week.
Yeah.
Um, and I also appreciate that I'm talking about these things that I can do, and I'm
Mhm.
aware there are a lot of other people out there with long COVID and other chronic illnesses that are completely bedbound. So I also
Right.
appreciate I have a privilege within this, however frustrating it is for me and however limited I am in myself,
Mhm.
that actually even that there's another, there's further layers.
Mhm. Yeah. That's beautiful that you're there, and, it shows how much you have healed, and worked on yourself, and, come to be the person that you are today. And that's beautiful to see that you recognize all that, and you still need to, do those things for yourself and try and take little steps. It's also important too, you never know what you could do one day. You might just try something that you haven't done in a while and, like, "Oh, this I can do it again," little moments like that. So I could definitely see that's empowering, and you need to have that. So yeah.